Hey everybody, Z here, coming to live on the Power of the Pro Lemon SEO channel. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about plugins, all right? When to use them, how to use them, where to find them, and how to install them, okay? So plugins are a really powerful, really interesting tool to use when it comes to SEO to WordPress in general. It's one of the reasons why WordPress is so incredible, is the functionality that you can get when programming or building a website. If you run into a scenario where you need a specific tool and you don't know how to build it, or you don't want to go through the pains of building it yourself, plugins are the way to go. So what are they? Well, they're like Lego blocks. If your entire website is a canvas, then the plugins, if you click here and add new, are the little plugins. You just plug it in, drop it in, and it works. Okay. In this case, you can see that there are literally hundreds of thousands of plugins on the internet. If we go to popular and just search by popular, you will see there are several of them. Elementor, which allows you to build websites more easily without using HTML and CSS. Contact Forms, Yoast SEO, which is similar to Rank Math. It's the most popular one by far, I think, but I prefer Rank Math, and I know a lot of people do as well. Classic Editor, basically it reverts to the classic edit screen um, of WordPress, right? So it's basically like a classic editor if you want to use that or you prefer that. WooCommerce, well, this is just a e-commerce store basically. It's one of the best ones out there, along with Shopify, I believe it's called. Anti-spam protection, it's a really good one. WP Forms, it's basically you can develop and design your own forms, which you can then drag and drop into wherever you need to. It's got email integration. It's really, really powerful, really, really useful. Every website should be using this or something similar to this. All-in-one WordPress migration. This is for backing up websites, migrating websites, saving files. If you've got a website, you can download it. I like all-in-one migration, but if you're using the free version, you only have a limit of, I think, 300 megabytes, which is really small in the grand scheme of things. So you might want to use something like WP Vivid, which I think is actually the one I'll install in this video. Sorry about that. Really simple SSL. It's a simple way of improving security. It's really good if you want to use it. Jetpack WP Security, you should really be using this. This is basically a powerful tool that improves and allows malware scans on your website. You really should be using this. Lightspeed Cache, basically it helps caching images on a website so that when people go back to the website, it's faster. WordFin Security, it's similar to Jetpack. It's for malware scans, firewalls, login security. Really good. Sitekit by Google, Updraft. There's a lot of plugins here. There are several of them that you can use, and they're really easy to install, right? So let's say, for example, I want to use WP Vivid, right? I want to use Vivid, okay? We're going to search that because this is one we want to use, and all you do is you click on Install Now. What that's going to do is that's going to download, and basically it's going to install the plugin onto your website, onto your server. Now, this is obviously offline, so it's going to be downloading it onto my offline server. And once it's installed, you always have to activate it, right? So plugins, I'll show you the plugin list in a moment. Okay, so plugins, if you go to plugins here and you see all plugins, you will see that there's an active list, available list, and the updates disabled list, right? So usually you want to disable auto updates. It's great to have in certain websites, but because of the nature of plugins, we sometimes get conflicts where a certain plugin will affect the usability of another plugin simply because they both have a similar purpose or they add in similar code and there's a conflict there. So sometimes updating a plugin can break everything. So usually you want to have a time, for example, using something like WP Vivid or WordPress Vivid backup plugin. We want to create a backup, then we want to update everything, right? You'll also see that there's an active, deactive, and upgrade settings here for some of them. So for example, if I want to deactivate this plugin, I'll click on it and it's going to deactivate the plugin on the website and all its features, right? So this is if you're not using a plugin anymore or you want to use it for a specific time period, that's really good to do. Otherwise, you can completely uninstall the plugin. That's also a good thing to do sometimes. If you know you've changed plugins, for example, from Yoast to Rank Math or from Rank Math to Squirrely, you can say, okay, I don't need this anymore. I've got another plugin that's performing the same purpose. Let me remove that, right? So yeah, that's basically plugins in a nutshell. If you have any questions, please leave it down below, and I will see you all tomorrow.